Hi there, my name is Stacy Phillips, and today is Christmas Day 2013, so it's December 25th. And today I wanted to just first wish you all a very Merry Christmas. And um, I know that now is a wonderful time of reflection. I know for me in my journey, I always reflect about how the past year has gone and then what goals I have for the coming year. This sort of week between Christmas and New Year is when everybody sets their resolutions and dreams their dreams and you know plots out what they're going to accomplish the next year. And I know usually, if you're anything like me, in my past, 3 or 4 weeks into the new year, all of those resolutions would be gone. They'd be one by one, just laid aside, maybe next year, those things. So this last year, I was very pleased because I finished my weight loss portion of my journey entirely. I had accomplished a lot thus far, and had maintained that for several years. But there was a last little push for me. And what happened is in April is when I really kind of started to examine my own goals and my own health. And I realized in April of this last year that what was keeping me from finishing and getting to where I wanted to be with my health and my health goals was because I really was still in a diet mentality. And how I describe that is really taken, right out of the habits of health. It's mainly is when you allow pain, emotional pain, and conflict to be a motivator for change. And when you're trying to lose weight and your focus is on weight loss, a lot of times the reasons that you begin a program are rooted in emotional pain and conflict, or physical pain even. But something is motivating you to change. And the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of changing. And so you say, I don't know what I want, but I know I don't want this. I know I don't want to be where I am right now. I'd rather be any place else but here. And many times that is the mentality in which we pick up or try and adopt a new diet in order to change ourselves and to not be in that place of pain anymore. Everyone has their own threshold to what they're willing to tolerate. And so I realized last April that I felt great. I was so happy with what I had accomplished. I was so thrilled that I had been maintaining for a couple of years, but I was right on the edge of healthy BMI and overweight. Healthy BMI, overweight. I was right around there, playing with those few 5 pounds or so. And I really decided in April. I took a real good look at where I was, and I realized that I had been waiting to kind of finish the job, to finish the weight loss portion of our program. For myself, I had been waiting to feel bad about myself. Because in the past, that is always what had motivated me, was because I was done. I was, sick and tired of being sick and tired, and and that was always what motivated me in the past to make a change like that. And so here I was, having accomplished most of my health goals. I was pleased with who I was. I was happy. I'm in a great place. I wouldn't. There was no way that I was going to ever feel that way again, because I knew in my heart and I know in my mind that I will never be gaining my weight back. And so if I had remained in a diet mentality, I would have necessarily had to gain the weight back in order to be motivated enough to do something about it again. And it's kind of strange, but it's an oscillating pattern of lose, gain, repent, repeat. Lose, gain, repent, repeat. And in April, I switched my focus. I just said, I'm not going to wait to feel bad about myself, because it's not going to happen, and I don't want it to happen. I'm not going to wish pain on myself to get myself really moving and motivate myself, just I need to feel bad about myself so I can finish my journey. Yeah, I'm not that person anymore. And so what I started doing is really taking to heart the creative process of deciding what I wanted my optimal health to look like, what I wanted my life to look like. And I really didn't want it to look like kind of on the border of overweight and healthy. That I knew that wasn't where I wanted to remain. Not because I felt bad being there or felt bad about myself, but because I didn't feel like I was performing, living up to my full potential in what I could create. And so that possibility was out there that, hey, I can continue to be more optimally healthy and even move into ultra health. I can continue to improve every year, to the best of my abilities, to insofar as I am able. I can continue to improve, and that became exciting to me to see what I could actually accomplish, what I could actually create with this process of becoming healthy. So in April, I just decided I was going to see what I could create, and I turned my attention to what I desired, what I wanted, instead of focusing on what I didn't want. And I realized that really, I had been counseling my clients to do that all along, but here I was waiting to feel bad about myself, and just when the light bulb went on for me, was at an event, and it was a very wise health coach who I was taking in information from. It was called, we call it School by the Pool. She really nailed it as far as, she said, what would the old you tell the new you, and what would the new you tell the old you, and we kind of did a little bit of role playing, kind of dream weaving, but I was both people. I was the old me and the new me, and I was the new me telling me the old me, and the old me telling the new me. And somewhere in that whole thing, the concept just kind of came that I knew I had read before, I knew I had counseled before, but it really, I was able to apply it to myself, that I could create and become the person that I wanted to be, the person that was fully me. Who did I want to be? It's called identity-based behavior change. Who did I want to be, and what does that person do? Who do I want to be, and what would that person do, today, even? So decide who it is you want to be in 2014. Who is it that you want to be? Now, you need to have an idea of who that person is. Now, it's you. This isn't some, change everything about you and become a totally different person. It's you. You're starting with you and you're ending with you. But who do you want to be? So think about that person. What would that person do? And how would that person live? And then start doing those things and start living that way. I will just take running for an example for me. I wanted to be a runner. I wasn't a runner at the time, but I wanted to be one. So I thought, okay, I'd like to be a runner someday. What do runners do? I'm going to start doing that. So eventually, I started doing as I was able to, and as was safe. I was not obese anymore. I was in the overweight category and moving into a healthy weight even. It's when I started my running program, because I wanted to be a runner, and runners run. So if I started running, then eventually I would be a runner. And it's so true. So eventually I found that I was a runner, and now that is part of my identity. When people see me or talk to me, they ask me what I do or what I do to stay healthy, what I do for exercise. I'm a runner. I like to run. I like to trail run. I like to road run. I like to, compete in a sprint distance triathlon. I've done one, but at some point I'd like to do another one. So I'm an athlete because I do what athletes do. And at some point I had to start that. I had to stop not being an athlete, and I had to start being an athlete and acting the way that athletes act. And guess what? Athletes are usually in training. Athletes usually watch what they eat. They have a very regimented program. They have a very regimented intake. And so it just moved right along in with where my priorities were in creating optimal health for myself. So if you would like to create optimal health for yourself in this new year, 2014, it is not too late to get your program on your way to you. And get started. If not on January 1st, then at least the first week of January, we can get your products to you. You can get started. Um, it's very simple. If you can eat food and drink water, you can start this process of becoming healthy. And I will be there to help you every step of the way. So feel free to contact me at stacymichelle.phillips@gmail.com. That's StacyMichellellips@gmail.com. And if you do already have a health coach, go ahead and reconnect with them because they will be thrilled to assist you on your journey. So at this point, I do not accept clients who are already in this Take Shape for Life system and are already clients of other health coaches, because we all do the same thing. We all just guide people to the materials, which will guide them to optimal health. So I look forward to hearing from you if you're not currently with Take Shape for Life, and would love to assist you in your journey. So typical results vary. Typical results are 2 to 5 pounds lost in each week for the first 2 weeks, and 1 to 2 pounds a week thereafter. And again, remember, results vary. So thanks so much, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.